So beyond the loan docs, what else are you getting into?
So after the loan docs, there's the seller documents. And generally speaking, the seller's attorney will deliver the documents to the title company the day ahead of time. And so what we're doing with those seller documents is we're making sure that they are in proper order. So we make sure the deed has the proper PIN number, vesting language, grantor language. So it's meeting all the legal requirements for recording in Illinois. And then there are other ancillary documents like a bill of sale, an affidavit of title. And we make sure tax status, FIRPTA, is complied with. And we explain that to the client piece by piece. It goes by fairly quickly, maybe 10 or 15 minutes on that portion of the closing.
So how far ahead do you get those documents typically?
So sometimes we'll get those documents the night before. Sometimes we'll see them first time at the table, the closing table. And we could actually make changes on the documents right then and there and make corrections. We get numbers from the lender 3 days before, but there's always adjustments at the table and it's not an issue. We could make it still close even with slight changes.
So I would say that knowing the numbers ahead of time is like one of the most important things for our clients to make sure there's no real material discrepancies at the table with the numbers. Because maybe you disagree. I think when numbers get messed up, that's when the closing goes from an hour long, could be a couple hours long.
It can, but luckily there's a change in the law. So we have the closing disclosure, which tells the buyer what their closing charges are, at least with respect to the lender, 3 days ahead of time. So that's why I say the closing process is a little bit anticlimactic because there's more disclosures ahead of time than there ever has been in the past.
You said there's a third part to the closing process. What's the third part?
The third part to the closing process is our proprietary checklist. So we give each buyer a 10-step checklist that tells them everything from when their payments are due to how to manage their real estate taxes, whether by protesting the assessed value or getting a homeowner's exemption or other exemptions that they're entitled to, and then going over logistics like how to set up utilities, what insurance coverages they might be missing, just little nuggets that we put in each of our closing process so nothing falls through the cracks.
I always tell clients when we conclude the closing that, hey, the relationship may feel done today, but if you ever need anything, this closing checklist, these questions you may have about what I explained today, all those loan documents, feel free to contact us because we don't want you to feel like the relationship's over. We want you to be able to contact us, reach out to us, and ask any questions. That's one of the benefits of using you or me at Howard & Howard.
So I get messages, a text from a client saying, is this document worthwhile keeping or is this a scam? And answer those all the time. So that's just part of what we can do after the closing, as well as giving referrals for estate planning, corporate tax reduction, all those other types of things that people end up needing after a closing.